Out for my morning walk. There is a lot of traffic. I'll be off road shortly, but I've just come across this every year. What does this mean to me? The rat race, don't we, every morning? People hustling and going to work. Then in very stark contrast to the rat race, you've got these boys. Two absolute beauts. Probably not a care in the world. Now let's get into the vlog. So, one of my tattoos. Yeah, I've got 4 poppies tattooed on my left arm. Not because I'm ex-military, although I have many friends, ex-squaddies and the like. It's because of a period of my life when I lived with my nan. I went through a particularly bad time in my early 20s. So we're having a conversation, me and my nan, in her flat, supping a cup of tea, and she went to her bedroom. She come back with a big box and she started unloading that box. She started handing me letters and medals, campaign medals. You see, I had a very strange set of uncles when I was growing up. Yeah, as a young kid, you know, these family members and people you like when they visit, and then these others when they come, you might think are a bit strange, and perhaps you don't like them as much as others. And I remember that. But I do remember about the old boys. They were always in suits with ties, always very polite. And now, looking back, probably quite sad. Yeah, when I think on my Uncle Henry, he was a very strange one. My Uncle Vic, deaths of post, my uncle's son. My granddad, early memories of my granddad. I don't know a lot about my granddad. He had Parkinson's. I remember as a young child, he did very little, in a chair. Always in a suit, whistling flute, air brill cream back, 3-piece watch. Very, very distinguished, all of them I would say, but strange. And I started reading the letters. And my nan were talking, I think most of the afternoon. Numerous pots of tea. They all fought in the war. And the older I've got, the more, although I'll never understand, the more I've understood why they seem strange to me. Yeah. My nan worked on Sheffield trams through war. See, Second World War, life didn't stop, you carried on. But I think as a young lad, touched on that war spirit. Again, when I was younger, you know, you'd help your neighbours out. You were friendly, you chatted with your neighbours. People always had the back doors open. If somebody got note and you had, you gave them something. The manners, taught manners, respect your elders, respect other people. All them sorts of things. I got a better understanding of my uncles and why they were strange. I got to 50 and I thought I'd, you know, my little bit for them, as it were, get myself a tattoo with some poppies on. Probably made me who I am. You know, my nan and my mum. Sadly, you know, by the time these stories were coming out, my mum were gone. But yeah, childhood memories of these folks in the suits, looking very smart and distinguished, and sad, and very sad. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. And Poppy Day, you know, it has a significance. It's part of the British culture, isn't it? Yeah, old boys and that. I remember in prison, an ex-squaddy, alas, the strawberry blonde I worked with, Remembrance Day Sunday. So, we're going to have association. Going to get the lads out. We had some really poorly lads on the healthcare. That's in Strangeways prison. So I got them all out, and there were one or two that should have really been locked behind the doors. But they asked whether they could come out. I explained the situation, and we got them out. The strawberry blonde went off to the bottom jail. Top jail, bottom jail. Strangeways built on a slope. So obviously top jail's at the top of the hill. She went to the bottom jail, where they had a bit of a service and the like. So they're asking me, these lads, a lot of these lads, they'd never watched Remembrance Day Sunday, what it was about and the like, and they took an interest. And it started, and there was silence. Like I say, some of these lads weren't well. Silence, absolute silence in that room. A couple of the nursing staff and myself, and about 12 lads. And they watched all the service, the laying of the wreaths. Quite emotional, really. And it was quite touching to see people, prisoners, patients, who weren't well, sat watching this spectacle respectfully. Yeah, it was a good day, that. And there were a few tears. I think it does bring people to tears. It brings me to tears, thinking about my uncles, what they went through, although I'll never know. I'm a nan, you know, Sheffield Blitz and that, helping people out, other families, wartime spirit. So what do I think about Sunday? What do I think about this Sunday is going to happen? So, pro-Palestine march. Yeah, it's going to go ahead. I've heard people saying, you know, if the march gets banned, then there'll be even more people marching. Well, that's fine. I've seen old boys on TV, ex-vets, saying, fine, you have your march. Keep away from the cenotaph in London. London's a big place. Very sadly, I see an old boy yesterday in the news, 86 years old, selling poppies. I think it was in Edinburgh, maybe Edinburgh train station. Got punched and kicked by people on a peaceful march. It's not good, that, is it? If the march does take place, the so-called peace march, and it goes anywhere near the cenotaph, there will be bother. Quite definitely. See, part of being multiculturalism, or part of multiculturalism, which doesn't work, is accepting other people's cultures. It's a big thing Sunday for a lot of people, and I believe there will be violence in the capital and maybe elsewhere. Just gonna leave it there, guys. Those of you that can get out, walking now is the new running. Try and get some exercise, bit of fresh air, bit of sunlight, although there's not a lot of it about. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. Al City. I would like to think that Sunday could go down with no bother and no fuss. However, I don't see that happening.